We're joined from our Lagos studio by economic analyst and senior partner at SPM Professionals, Paul Alaje. Paul, glad to have you join me here on Newsnight. Yeah, good. Let's start this way. Do you think that, the federal government is taking the tax thing as an, if you like, unhealthy rate or speed? What do you think?
Well, I think the federal government is taking the tax thing a bit far, particularly when you look at the population that labor force dropped significantly, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, from over 80 million people to about 70 million or less. And of that 70 million or less, 33% of the population is unemployed. Not my figures, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Over 20% are underemployed. So when you take tax, which reduces disposable income, from more taxes, whether you call it VAT or any form of taxes or policies that make disposable income to get even lower, poverty, hunger, and deprivation will be more amongst the people. So when you look at that vis-a-vis what IMF have advised Nigeria to do, increase taxes, particularly VAT, to 10% in 2022 and even increase further to 15% by 2023. What IMF is not looking at is the foundation of Nigeria's economy. Nigeria's economy is not as strong as it has been mentioned. So the more you increase taxation, because we want the numbers to be good, we want to improve tax to GDP from 6.1%, perhaps to 13 or 14%, so that Nigeria could compare with countries such as Norway. What IMF did not realize is that education in Norway, from primary to university, is free. IMF has also failed to realize that when you look at basic amenities in countries like Singapore, that is very quick for us to compare Nigeria with, healthcare is available, power penetration, talking about electricity, energy, it's also available for perhaps 100% of the population. Water is available. In Nigeria, a significant proportion of the population don't have toilets. Meaningful proportion of the population don't have access to water. I don't know if right now you are running on electricity in Abuja, AEDC, or you are running on generator. And I don't know exactly, maybe the same thing is happening in Lagos studio. So how do we compare ourselves with countries that have sorted out their institutional issue and infrastructure? You know why this is important? When you give labor certain amount of money, it is not the figure that matters. It is what the money can buy. If we have sorted out issues around electricity, issues around water, and so on and so forth, there will be no need for people to buy generator. So if you collect more as taxes, it makes sense. Or more coming as value-added tax, it makes sense. But if after paying value-added tax, I will still buy fuel for my generator, I will still buy more even to get water, either I sink borrow or I call people to help me fetch water, then exactly what is the role of government? And I completely agree with the president of African Development Bank. It's a major concern Nigeria we need to deal with. If we want to benefit or want to make more money in order to raise revenue from the population through value-added tax or so many other taxes, we need to become more responsible. And citizens, we need to ask questions, so that for citizens to pay more and living standard to be maintained and not to be depleted, then we need to actually invest more in this economy.
You've taken it out of my mouth. I was going to ask you, but apparently you've agreed with Adesina on his speaking holes with the advice of World Bank. But what do you expect should be government's attitude to both what the World Bank is advising and what you are agreeing with Adesina?
Well, 1993, Nigeria agreed with IMF. The Nigeria economy was completely battered, from inflation to poverty and hunger. Nigeria was forced to devalue currency and say that our currency should flow. It should be put under float rate. We saw what happened to loaf, a bread, how the price surged within 2 weeks, and it continued increasing. IMF has also advised Nigeria in recent time that we should remove subsidy Meanwhile, the truth should be told. You cannot remove subsidy when you have not created supply side. That is, local refineries should work, either it is private or public. The same way, I want Nigerian government to take IMF advice with a lot of caution. Because when you look at the prosperity rate in Nigeria, or you look at poverty rate in Nigeria, you know that if government continues to increase taxes, particularly consumption tax, personal income tax, and corporate income tax, is going to create a lot of concerns for Nigerians and even those that want to invest in Nigeria. I give you an instance. There are organizations that knows that labor is relatively cheaper in Nigeria, particularly when they convert foreign currency to the naira. But why are they not coming? Apart from education, they are also wondering why would they give 30% of their revenue in corporate income tax in Nigeria? They would rather go to an environment where they will not need to spend so much on generator and so on and so forth and put their investment there. So government may need to reconsider and balance things. As much as we need revenue, I completely agree that we need revenue, but we need to also look at how do we engage country inside our country that have no job to do because of high unemployment.
So government seems to be in a dilemma, and they seem to be rushing it. And that brings me to what Kiwumi Adesina said about this being a jeopardy to overtax citizens. But let's go to the question of trust. What do you have to say of the trust deficit between citizens and the government, and that this couldn't have come at a more auspicious time?
Well, over the years, Nigeria continued to have some concerns around trust about government. Most politicians, when they contest, some of the things they promise include reduced cost of living and high living standard. But when you look at us today, we may want to ask ourselves, are we better off 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago? In fact, economists around the world had said that Nigerian grandparents live more quality life than their parents today, when you look at it proportionally. So trust continues to grow because people are not feeling the impact of government. Nigeria economy generates some revenue, and you see those who are living prosperously, they are living quality life. It seems as though when you are engaged in politics, you are broken free from poverty, hunger, and deprivation permanently. So Nigerians feel that the wealth of the country is not circulating enough, and that's why I think that even a lot of people may not be performing their responsibility as a nation. Now, it lies in the hands of government to ensure that trust is built by doing the right thing at the right time, especially for the citizens.
Paul Alaje, economic analyst and senior partner at SPM Professionals. Thank you so much.